Um, why? Why the gene cloning and PCR are more important in genetic engineering? Yes. Why? Because both experiments are produced a number of clones, number of copies of segment of DNA. This is very important because we want a gene of interest. We want oligonucleotides. We want the primer. For that purpose, the gene cloning and PCR is more important in genetic engineering. You can see this is the ribbon-like structures called a part of the E. coli chromosomes. A part of a small part of E. coli chromosomes. This is each mention is the corresponding genes. Cysteine, trypoperon, yes, trypoperon, BCD, arrowoperon, tone B, and the number of genes are there. Yes. Suppose we want the exact this genes. Just imagine we want TRPA gene because TRPA operon act as a sometime act as a marker. Yes. In some cloning experiment. Yes. So we want this exactly these genes to be cloned. Means how we isolate the single gene from the entire E. coli chromosome. We can easily isolate the genomic DNA and the entire gene from the chromosome using PCR. Just we know the border sequence of the TRPA gene, we can add in the primer, corresponding primer to here. So the DNA get extended, finally produced number of copies of DNA. Yes. Why we need this number of copies means we can insert some cloning experiment and construct the vector and act as a probe, whatever it is. This is we want this gene. So for this objectives, the PCR is required. Okay. PCR always used to purify the gene. The purification of gene is important for us because we want gene of interest for cloning. Okay. So PCR is effectively used to purify the gene. Polymerase chain reaction can be used to obtain this pure sample of gene from the chromosome or any kind of DNA. This is because the region of the new starting DNA molecule that copied during the PCR. Yes. So when we starting the PCR and to isolate the purify the gene means we know the segment of boundaries. Yes. Without segment of boundaries, we can't know. We never produce the never isolate the single gene from the chromosome. Okay. We know the primer, two primer sequences. Okay. This primer anneal to the corresponding end and produce the many copies. This process collectively called selection. Selection of DNA by the primer. Selection of the template DNA by the primer. So without selection of primer to the DNA, the primer never annealed. So please carefully listen. PCR experiments can be completed in few hours. But why we are doing the gene cloning? This is the very long procedure and lot of limitations, a lot of problems there in the gene cloning. Yes. So we have PCR, then why we are doing the gene cloning by bacteria or vector? Yes. Why we are still using this gene cloning? This is an important question. So this question will tell us some of the limitations are there in the PCR. So those limitations are compensated by the gene cloning method using in vivo. So those limitations are to drive the gene cloning by bacteria or enzyme. Okay. So what are the limitations? So I try to convey the major limitations, but some minor limitations also there in the PCR. So PCR has two important limitations. Okay, what is the limitations? I am simply explain. Number one, we add the primer to the template. Yes, no doubt, this is the template. Problem number one is the primer goes to selectively binding. So selectively binding is the major problem. Or find out the correct position. Complementary binds to correct position or anneal to the correct position. So this is the major limitation the PCR. Second problem is length of the primer. Suppose if you are taking short length of primer, it produced unwanted things. Suppose if the primer length is increased, you can make it produce the single gene or produce the number of copies of single gene. Yes. This is the two problem we are going to discuss. One is the added primer exactly to anneal to the complementary sequence in the template. This is the major problem. Number two, length of the primers. Okay. So what are the things are there in the suppose this primer exactly binds to the DNA, don't worry, automatically tag polymerase and other deoxynucleotides and the polymer get extended. We are adding incubator, stop the reaction, we can separate and identify by electrophoresis. Okay, no problem. But if how we identify whether the adding primer goes to bind the selective DNA in the template. This is very important. Whether it's correct bind or not. How we identify? So we can identify only by after amplification. If you are adding primer to anneal to the correct position, either side of the gene of interest. Either side means we are adding two type of primers, forward primer and backward primer. So both are binds to either side of the what DNA we want to clone, what DNA we are going to amplify. Yes. So the sequence of these annealing site must be known. Okay. So we already know the border sequence of the DNA. Yes. What are the sequence are there in the 3' and 5' end? We already know. We can easily design the primer. So that time the primer exactly goes to bind. No problem. Otherwise, we don't know the border of sequence of gene of interest. We never amplified any kind of genes. Okay. Suppose, but if the sequence of the anneal site are unknown, you never make it the PCR. Yes. You never make it the gene protect. But in the case of cloning, we not know the border of sequence. We are using restriction enzymes. The enzymes to cut the palindromic sequences. So the palindromic sequence exactly complementary each other in the gene of interest because we are treated with the same enzyme for the gene of interest and the vector. So both are complementary each other. After recombinant, we can easily transfer into the host. So after transfer, the biomissionaries are used. The transferred recombinant DNA get copied. But in the case of cloning, we don't know the border of sequence. But in the case of PCR, we must know. Then only we design the primer. Okay. This is the limitations, the basic limitation. Second limitation is that. So after we finding the border of sequences, we can easily produce the number of copies of trip genes. Yes. A simple PCR. Second limitation is there. Second one is length of DNA sequence. Length of DNA sequence of the primer alone. Okay. So how we interpret means, okay. Here I clearly mentioned, suppose if you are taking the primer length is very short, in the case of 8 mers. 8 mers means this is 8 monomer. 8 mono means 8 number of nucleotides, what's called oligonucleotides, we called 8 mers. 8 mer primers, na, that means 8 number of nucleotides contains primer. But this 8 mers very short length of primer. Okay. Suppose we are subjected to DNA template and to do the PCRs. So the primer segment is very short. It can easily binds to whatever the 8 sequence are matched. It can easily binds and whatever it's complementary each other. But we can never amplify the selected fragment of DNA. It can binds very randomly, because where the 8 sequence are matched each other in the template, you can easily bind. Yes, the hybridization sites there easily bind. So several primer pairs can be get amplification product. Finally, we got a number of amplified products. We can not selected our gene of interest. Okay. Suppose if we are taking the long length of primer, in the case of 18 mer primers, if I are choosing, so the 18 number of nucleotide not complementary present in the template. Yes, not. So this primer correspondingly going to our gene of interest, the border sequence. Okay. So that time we exactly what DNA we amplified, we can easily amplify. So it's get only desired fragment. Yes, this is the main important things as a second limitation of PCR. Okay. Third one is, these two are major limitations. Now I am trying to tell about one or two minor limitations. How to designing the oligonucleotide primers? This is very important. Yes. The success of the PCR only through by designing of the primer. Suppose failure also directly related to designing of the primer. Yes. So the primer is more important. If the primers are designed correctly, the experiment result is amplification single DNA is very good. Otherwise, the experiments will fail. So clearly great length of or accurately complementary each other primer you try to design. Yes. So you try to know or analyze the genes going to amplified. Before amplification, you try to know what are the border sequence. Yes. So this is the here important. But some of the primers are routinely available. How means, you know very well, some downstream sequence contain some control sequence. Example, Tata box, cat box, some enhancer sequence. Those are the conserved sequence for all genes. So we take this sequence against construct the primer. We can easily amplify the downstream or upstream um, sequences of the given gene. Yes, this is routinely used. Okay. Otherwise, some poly-A tail sequence we are using a AUG codon or UEA stop codon, whatever it is those conserved sequences are used to construct the primer. The second minor factor limitation is working with the correct temperature is very important. If increase the temperature, you can the DNA get fragmented. Get fragmented. The enzymes go to denatured. Mg2 plus ions are precipitated, or deoxynucleotides are get broken down. Yes. So nucleotides contain some glycosidic bond. The bond to help to join the ribose and nitrogenous base. That bond is broken down. Similarly, phosphodiester bond is broken down. The Mg2 plus get aggregated. Proteins are denatured. Okay, you know very well. So exactly 94 degrees centigrade suitable. Yes. Similarly, 74 degree for extension or 50 to 60 degrees centigrade for annealing. Yes. So you can maintain those temperature you to do the PCR. This is the last slide. I mentioned this is we plot the graph against the temperature and time. So from 40 to 100 degrees centigrade, first we started with the 94 is exactly 94. 94 degrees centigrade at 1 minute. 1 minute the entire sample DNA get fragmented. So within the 30 milliseconds, the temperature immediately dropped down to 50 to 60, nearly 52. Yes. So within the 30 fraction of seconds, you can easily drop down. So that followed by primer, Tagu polymerase, deoxynucleotides are annealed to the template DNA. This is after 1 minute. Within the fraction of 30 seconds, so the temperature goes to 72 degrees centigrade. 72 degrees centigrade. So this temperature may be up to 2 minutes, up to 1 or 2 minutes. So it extended. So on the DNA polymerase to add the nucleotides to the 3' end. Yes. So entirely in the single cycle is 1 to 6 minutes. 1 to 6 minutes, the cycle is over. In very short time, we can produce 1 million copies of DNA by the PCR. That's why this technique is effectively employed in the genetic engineering. Okay. You correctly maintain this graph in the case of temperature, because it's one of the limitations of the PCR. Okay, that's all about